Coinbase as a service? You feel me? I have been interacting with Coinbase a lot more these days as a function of how much work I'm doing building nodes. And I have taken a really long, hard look at Coinbase. And I think I see them. I think I get it. So I wrote some notes down. Let's talk about it. Coinbase is creating a template, in my opinion, for financial service providers on how to compete in the next iteration of the internet by merely going to Coinbase.com. And if you look at all of the features, functionality, educational modules, right? Learn to earn, big deal, right? These types of things. And all of the means and ways they onboard users and keep users engaged. Dadgummit. As much as Coinbase is frustrating because it batches their Ethereum transactions and it takes over 17 hours to send a third of Ethereum. Anyway, they're innovating. And Brian Armstrong, as much as he's made fun of me in the past, I like that talk when Brian Armstrong was like, man, in 2017, it was all this good work that we were doing and all we got were Bitcoin Lambos like this guy. Thanks, Brian. Appreciate it. Anyway, so here's my views. And they're not ridiculously deep, but here are some views on how Coinbase is going to be relatively strategic for the next 10 years. And the growth, if I may say, of Coinbase should be something that others are probably, well, let's just say you should probably be paying attention. Number one, on-chain is the next online. Base, from Coinbase, allows Coinbase to move its business on-chain, pushing users from the centralized exchange and onboarding them to a Web3 or a new Web3 infrastructure owned by Coinbase. Well played. I feel like this is where they are going, which is the right way to go. Number two, Coinbase Wallet. Will this be the Gmail of Web3? Everyone in the future will have a Web3 wallet in the coming years, just as everyone has an email address. Coinbase Wallet could ultimately turn in to the data monetization opportunity on par with Google search for this reason. Base, from Coinbase, is a catalyst for users to set up their self-custody wallet and go on-chain. So, will DeFi protocols and Web3 apps pay Coinbase for user asset flow in the coming years? Coinbase as a service? You feel me? Coinbase as a service, guys. I feel like this is where it's going. Number three, trading of tokenized equities and real-world private assets. Coinbase is bullish on all assets being tokenized and has a broker-dealer ATS or an alternative trading system. Base serves as an infrastructure to build out a tokenized platform for compliant issuance and trading. It's a fancy way of saying Coinbase is getting more mature, and I'm seeing this. I remember when we had GDAX. What was that, GDAX? Yeah, right? GDAX, right? And before we went to Coinbase Pro and now Base, right? I've been through all the iterations of the growth of Coinbase because I was an early adopter in 2014. So I've seen it, and I've been very frustrated at Bitcoin over the last decade, but I'm seeing things now. Brian Armstrong, seems like you're doing some good work. Number four, Coinbase Ventures, which has been around for a while now. Coinbase can seed the next wave of app developers to build on Base, a win-win in terms of owning equity that drives value back to Coinbase via Base transaction fees and Coinbase wallet users. Money upon money, integrate the ecosystem, and now the users stay in the ecosystem, and Coinbase is profiting off of all of that. Number five, stablecoins. Via Coinbase's JV with Circle, Coinbase seeks to own the asset and infrastructure supporting the next iteration of global open payment systems. You got to stay in the news for this. Things are happening. Coinbase is, by proxy or by partner, are growing in influence and entrenchment. And I have to talk about this. Number six, staking. Obviously, Coinbase is starting to look like a bank. That's what I want to do. I want to be a bank. With over 100 billion of user assets on the platform, Coinbase is offering services to users such as staking, which is yield paid to users while earning additional fees for itself. It's only a matter of time before base transaction fees are part of the entire strategy. Look, if you got unused tokens, you should be staking those tokens, like me. And if you have questions on how to stake tokens and earn yield, you should ask me. So, if you're a bank, an asset manager, or financial service providers, I mean, isn't Coinbase going to be part of your conversation in the next 10 years? Right? If you're a bank, an asset manager, a financial service provider, you have to be talking about Coinbase. These are the inroads to retail. These are the inroads to financial institutions. These are the inroads to institutions. These are inroads to everything. Like 10 years on, Coinbase is part of the fabric of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. And finally, as a nugget, as I've done my research, I will tell you this. You should probably be paying attention to what Coinbase is doing with Base L2. I'll do a video on that later, because that might just be their secret sauce. Coinbase as a service, my friends? What do you think?